So maybe we can talk first about the facilitators.
Okay.
And the deputy chair actually, is the deputy chair like involved and
Oh, he's not here today. He had said he just had his wedding, so
okay.
he's preparing for some personal issues. But every time he's tried to hold a meeting, it's like he's not committed to calling people all the time, so nobody actually shows up to his meeting. And I think every meeting that he's actually set, apart from the last one I asked him to set, I'm the one who set the Google Hangout. So I'm not sure whether he knows how to do it.
Okay. Did you ask him and maybe showed him how to do it?
Really, I didn't ask him. I kind of reprimanded him for not hosting the meeting, but I guess that is something we can work out together.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you can show him how to do it if he can't. Okay, and then for the three facilitators, so I know that the Arabic facilitator is not with you anymore, and then you have the French and the English. So what happened with them?
Oh, the English one is very active. Okay, he tries. I can say he tries. He and the vice chair do try to attend meetings, to be constructive and to actually contribute. Sometimes they call me personally. Like the English facilitator calls me on my mobile phone, so I have like his number, and we talk often, even on email. Him and the vice chair. But the French, you remember since the last time I told you she was not responding and then she responded? I have never heard from her since that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the English facilitator, did he do the discussion hangout that he should do?
No, them.
Okay. So yeah, which happened in most of the committees, and maybe because you didn't attend the last meeting, we were discussing how we can solve this because most of the facilitators didn't actually succeed to do their hangouts.
Okay.
And one of the suggestions was to actually to explain that also the chairs are the chair's task is to follow up with them and know when are they doing their hangout. You all know now how to do the hangouts and how to broadcast it, so you should be able to, if they don't know how to use the hangout, to be able to use it, to discuss with them how to use it, and then to follow up, because most of the facilitators contact me individually to ask me like questions about the hangout, but I send a joint email to everybody to make it clear, but then it's the co-chair's role to follow up, because I can't follow up with every single facilitator in every committee. So they need to, it's very simple, they need to send you the preparation paper 10 days before the hangout happens, so that we can mobilize on social media people to watch it live. And then in that preparation, they need to tell you what's the topic. The hangout should be no more than an hour. So what's the topic? Who is invited? If it's one speaker, question and answer, or if it's 3-4 panelists, or if it's 6 or 7 young people in the room debating a topic. And then in that same paper, they need to tell you what's the questions and what's the follow-up question. And then once they do the hangout, they should do the hangout not on their personal accounts, but on the LYM Forum Plus, which every one of them have access to it now. So they just need to know how to use it. That's all. And then once they finish the hangout, they send you the link and the outcome. So they don't just do the hangout, but they have to have an outcome of the discussion. So I think the model is very simple. It doesn't really, like, it's one paper preparation and to contact few people. That's like maybe the hardest part is how to mobilize some people to join, and that depends on the network they have and also on all the committee. So all the committee needs to provide some networks for the facilitators to contact in every hangout. And then they will provide just the outcome of it, which is the report of the session. And that didn't happen. I think in most of the committee that succeeded to do that because the co-chairs explained and followed up with the facilitators their role. But if you leave the facilitators like that, of course they will come back. If you tell them by the end of the month, okay, what is your Hangout link and report? It will not work because you need to follow up from the beginning, and you need to all agree on the date, so everybody knows their dates of the Hangout, knows the deadline, everybody know how to prepare the paper, how to access the Hangout, how to organize it, and then it will become easier for you once the first month is done. You know, once the first Hangout is done, then it's simple. But to start up, it needs some of the efforts from you.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
So maybe you can work with the English facilitator now until we make another French and Arabic facilitator join. And also that could be a good example for the other facilitators. And one of the things also in the meeting they suggested is that the new selected facilitators, as part of the requirement, you ask them to do a Google Hangout and to send it to you, you know? So then you can, based on that, you can select.
Okay.
Maybe that would make it easier actually for you later. So you know that they know how to use it, they made the effort and everything.
All right. Oluchi has joined.
Hello.
Aya?
Yes. Hey, Oluchi.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us? I don't think he's hearing us.
Oluchi, let me try to text him. Okay, you just continue before he can join us.
Yeah, so that's it for the facilitators. The new selected ones, we will open applications, but also we work on our personal networks. So if you, I mean, in your committee, you, the deputy chair, and the English facilitators, if you know people who are, because I think it's better if you work with people you are comfortable with, but we still will open application for people who deserve to be in the committee. But if you know of people who want to be engaged in your committee on agriculture, economy and trade, and they have knowledge of AYM, because especially in Kenya, I mean, I think a lot of people already know about AYM and what we do. So we will put both, and then we select from both, you know, the personal networks and the open applications. And I will send you, once the application is open, I will send you the link to share it, and then I will share with you the list of the applicants who applied. Meanwhile, I think your English facilitator, Oluchi, is from which country again?
Nigeria.
Nigeria, okay. Yeah, so you're all English speaking. We cannot... yeah, so yeah, we can just do, the English facilitator has to do the English session until the other two join. Okay, what else is like the challenges of your committee?
Apart from people not really attending the meetings, and okay, people don't seem committed.
Mm-hmm.
I can write them a message like 2 weeks ago, like 2 weeks prior to the exact meeting, and hardly do people even feeling the to-do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm lacking a lot of assistance.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do everything. Most of them don't even do anything at all. I have to keep reminding them we have a meeting. I think at this point, we don't need to be reminding people there's a meeting. If you get the memo of the meeting, it's up to you to actually consider it as it's a call. Nobody reminds me to set the meeting. I don't have to remind everybody to attend a meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to explain also, because maybe other committees will watch this video, that actually the Google Hangout discussions that we want to create on Google Plus and for people to watch is to engage more engaged people. So the mailing list that we created for your committees actually a lot of people can be added to it based on their engagement. If some people are really engaged in the discussions in the Google Hangout, or they're following online and then we put your contact and they contact you, they want to really be engaged in your committee, even if they don't have a role to play in the committee as members, we can add them to the mailing list, and then they can fill on the roles of other people, so that you feel you have more people in your committee who are engaged and more people to attend the meeting, even though they don't have a certain title, but they're just engaged in this topic and they want to move it forward,
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the store.
It's okay. So the thing is that really the Google Hangouts are key for reach out. So if we just start the online discussions and engage more people in each committee for their certain topics, then we have a wide range of young people who are engaged, and then this problem of commitment, you will not feel it anymore, So that's the first step to do it. It's like the basis. Hello, Oluchi, can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Sorry, my network here is so bad. Very, very bad. I can't connect. I'm very, very sorry.
It's okay. It's important that you hear us.
Yes, I can hear you. Well, my network here is very bad. Where I am very, very noisy. As I did told, and I'm a bit engaged in our election tomorrow. So, but I just have to excuse myself to see how I can join this.
Okay. We can't hear you very well because you have some noise around you, but you can hear us, and if you have any questions or contribution, you can jump in, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just mute your mic now, and when you want to speak, unmute your mic.
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Okay, so that's like, I just want to explain the purpose of the Google Hangouts and the importance of them. I know that many people have technical issues using the Google Hangout, but it's the only medium now we have that has recorded sessions, because we need those to be recorded so we can promote the discussion. So if anyone knows of another medium that has recorded video sessions where we can see people discussing, it's of course it will be nice to have it and to use it, because people wanted to use Skype and to use other things, but we cannot record video on Skype as a group unless it will be business Skype or something like that. Okay.
I don't think it makes a difference, because if your network is bad enough, you cannot get it on Google, you can't get it on Skype either. So it doesn't make any changes by changing the medium of usage. What people need to do is learn how to make a Google Hangout and how to use it. Yes.
Yes. So I think those 2 points are clear now. The co-chairs has to follow up with their facilitators how to do the Hangout and what to do, and with the deadlines and everything. And the second thing is the mailing list that we created. It will be, once the Google Hangout is set up, it will be some people add to it, and of course you all will be informed as chairs of who is in, and you can actually decide who is in, and then we add them to the mailing list, okay? Now for your committee project, how is it going so far?
I tried talking to ILRI, that is International Livestock Research Institute. They told me they cannot host us, because I wanted to get a hosting, like if we are going to have like a Kenyan chapter kind of meeting, we can have them like here in their offices, because we are a committee on agriculture. But they told me we have to be registered for them to host us, because it's like have a memorandum of understanding between us and them. So I don't know. Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me on how do we go about it. How can we get? Okay, have you registered it? And if you have, who can host us? Because ILRI said they cannot.
What do you mean by hosting us?
okay, well, this is what happens with most of like the organizations and youth organizations I have been with. We register a memorandum of association in a country. Then, like the Kenya Youth Network on Climate Change is hosted by the Norwegian Church Aid. So any funding that goes to the Kenyan Youth Network goes through the Church Aid. So the Church Aid is the one that is actually managing the funds. They're the same ones who are like they lobby on our behalf for the funds. So everything goes through them. You know, we as the youth organization, we don't have a lot of power. We don't know many people, but this organization usually have donors. They usually have connections on how we can get funding activities. So I was hoping, since ILRI is like in Kenya we have there's a CGIAR consortium. It's a group of agricultural companies. Those that they deal in different things. There's for rice, they've got for World Agroforestry Center, there's for drylands and all that. So since all of them they are housed at ILRI, that sole consortium usually take one country to have their headquarters. So the headquarters of ILRI are in Kenya. So every other CGIAR consortium has an office in Kenya.
Yeah.
So we find that if we were to be hosted by something like ILRI, which has they have a power base here, such that if we ever need any research work to be done for us, we just go to their research base. If we need any data analysis, they have their labs. If we ever need to do anything on the ground, we can use their resources like their vehicles because they are hosting us.
I understand now. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we go about it? We don't have any projects because we don't have funding. And I don't know how to coordinate funding for, you know, we're already only 5 members. I've invited a few of my friends and colleagues here at work, but those ones, you know, they are not really involved in anything because we don't have funding, so there's no project we can like put across.
Okay. Yeah, that's really great. I didn't know this is how it works in Kenya for NGOs. And maybe for many other countries, African countries. So for first for the project, actually you need to decide which project before looking for funding. Usually that's how it works, to really have the idea of the project and what the project I want to do, what the resources I have, and all of this like work. How it could be monitored, what's the outcome, what's the output, etc. Before we look for funding, or we see the need for funding. Maybe the project you will do doesn't really need funding, or maybe need a very small funding that we can figure out how to provide it. Now on the second thing of registration, we are not a registered organization, we are a movement, and we are more of a vision and a movement. There will be registration in the future, but not on this first year. So whatever project all the committees have decided to do doesn't really rely on AYM being a registered organizations. Some of the committees decided to do projects that are online, like podcasting, like media projects, like lobbying, like government, like survey, like research, many ideas of other projects. And there are some opportunities that we as AYM provide you if they need projects, like the one I send an email in Germany, the one happening in Germany, and a project could be presented in Germany and things like that. And through our networks, we also nominate some projects that they can provide grants for it, not depending on you being registered or not. So there are those opportunities that come up here and there throughout the year, and the committees that jump on it and would like to try it out, they're welcome to do it. As your committee project for the year, you should not rely on AYM being registered. As I said, some other committees, beside not relying on funding, some of them who need funding, are relying on their own networks. So they are actually doing that in partnership with other organizations that they can have funding. So we provide non-material resources, and they provide the logistic part. So they're working around, like the Committee on AU Affairs, actually, they're working on having AYM meeting inside a big conference. And so we are partnering with that conference, but then we will bring all AYM, hopefully, all AYM committees and members to meet there and to discuss and have like AYM workshop. So there are many ways to provide the funding, but not relying on AYM being registered for now, because it is not registered organization. And I understand it's really great that in Kenya they do the hosting, and you can, you know, use a lot of resources once you are hosted. But I think the first step to do, and maybe you cannot do that by yourself because you have been facing issues with your committee, not having the members committed, is to decide actually on what kind of project you want to do for the next 6 months. And what impact you want that project to bring. After 6 months, you would say, okay, I made the impact I wanted. I put the goal from the beginning, and I reached this goal after 6 months. So that I understand that you can only do it when you have at least the majority of the committee committed and discussing your project. I don't know if that's clear and on the issue of funding.
Oh yeah, that's clear. But okay, I have a question. You say the EU committee has already started on projects.
Mm-hmm.
So they are only hosting a meeting with like the AU itself, right?
No, the AU committee. I mean, not the AU. The AU Affairs and Regional Coordinator Committee inside AYM. Its chair is based in Senegal, and he is working to have a meeting in Senegal of AYM committees, all AYM committees chairs and members. So he's trying to get us like a full day activity at AYM, and it will be an opportunity for us to meet by the end of the year. And of course, there would be a lot of fundraising involved in it in partnership with other NGOs, but it's not relying on AYM being registered, but it's promoting AYM as a movement. And we are, you know, working on around how to partner with all these networks involved in the conference to have us present and involved.
Oh, so I mean, like, I and other people will be okay. Like, they will look forward to us attending the meeting.
Sorry?
Since you said it's for the AYM committee chairs and all and committee members, that means if, let's say, for example, it was going to happen, we all have to go to Senegal for the meeting.
Yeah.
That means they will require fundraising.
Yeah.
How, under what mechanism will they fundraise? How will they fundraise?
Yeah. That's what the committee is working on. The Committee on AU Affairs and Regional Coordination, that's their project. Their project is to have the AYM meeting by the end of the year, and they're working with other conferences happening already in Senegal to have us as participants in there, you know? And also working with their committee on fundraising mechanisms. But as I said, not relying on AYM being registered organizations. They're working based on their own networks and their own expertise on how to fundraise for that, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So this is just an example that most of the committees, if they don't have a project that really doesn't require funding because it's online or it's more or campaigning, advocacy, and lobbying project, then if they have a project requires funding, they're working on it differently. They're not working on it relying that AYM should be registered to be funded like directly. But there are also some grants that fund groups, but they are not registered organizations. They fund just groups which are seed funding or grants, and that also we can apply for it. But of course, we need to see who is the funder, because we have, as you know from the first meeting, that we have restrictions on certain fundings. But those grants also could be an option. And as I said, other opportunities through our networks that they want to support us can also provide funding. But in terms of your committee, I think the first step is really to decide what's the project, and then we can work around it, you know, but not the other way around. To have the funding, and then with the funding we do a project. I don't think it should work like that, because then we are more accountable to the funder or to the funding, not to the impact we want to make on the ground.
Okay. Well, that was basically my question, because most of the agricultural, for you to have an impact in agriculture, it has to be based in the field.
Mm,
You have to like really impact the stakeholders,
mm.
and that requires money. That's why I really wanted to be hosted by an organization that can actually
But
help us do funding.
but if you are implementing a project, then it will be in Kenya, right?
The good thing about agricultural projects, you can actually choose one in Malawi because it's suffering a certain situation, not relatively because it has to always be in Kenya or something. We just have to, as long as you can form a good network. That's why I'm telling you, if you're having an organization like a CGIAR consortium, we don't have to be there on the ground. We just have to use the ILRI in Malawi to actually do the project.
But
Yeah.
also that goes back to our meeting in the beginning, is that AYM doesn't really do projects like on the ground for certain like communities. We are more of a regional network, so we want to mobilize resources to do their own projects. We support them to do it, with the expertise we have in the network. So we don't do like a very specific project on a certain community, but rather if there is such an idea, we all work on supporting that idea and helping in mentorship and support and mobilizing resources for that idea. But it's not like ours, we do it. Mostly the projects that we aim to do is on a regional basis, and if you have a project on a regional basis, usually it doesn't go like on the ground, on the grassroots, but it's more either bringing the voices of the grassroots to the regional level, or it's a lobbying, or it's an advocacy, like this type of project, because it's regional. So if you want to do an impact on the ground, then you need to make a kind of survey. How can I impact the ground without implementing actually a project on the ground, but with supporting the communities there? And how can I support the communities there? And this is how you start like questioning and start building up the project with the resources that you have. You don't need to first have the money and funding and then say, okay, now I choose Malawi or Kenya and I do an project. But think of it more of like a regional project, but also that if you, and I understand that actually all the projects, we would love to have the impact on the ground, but I understand that agriculture is focusing. For example, if you have a farmer's project or something like that, you can use technology and you can be more innovative in how it should be done. And if you really think that you want to, I don't know, create a platform on the internet or something like that, we can see how we can support that. If it will need, I don't know, like a small grant to kick it off, we can see how to support it. But the idea has to first come up as something that support communities, but not us implementing one single project, because there are many organizations already doing that. We don't want to replicate the efforts of other people. We want to support efforts and ideas already happening or would like to happen. I don't know if this makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, great. Oluchi, you want to say something?
The idea you just said is good. I am of the opinion, if we can carry out a survey on a regional level. Say, for example, if within the region that I fall, we ask any of the country in West Africa, we look at the present situation of the agricultural sector and see how we can work at the community level with a program that is far different totally from that of ECOWAS or that of any other regional body like that of ADP. So if we can go in that way, make our projects to be regional, I think that would be of more impact, or even probably see how we can start working at the various country level. I think that should be okay for the project.
Yeah, absolutely, Oluchi.
So I think if we can agree that, let's say we can work at a regional level and see how we can expand our scope within the regional level, say at West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, North Africa, and that maybe probably by December we should now come up with all the various regional projects and use that as a yardstick for the next year. I think to me that is the way I'm thinking, and I think we should do. But the challenge I think we'll be having is that how can we mobilize maybe in the AY network, do we have the resources in terms of our experts? Does it cut across all the whole region in the Africa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I love your idea, and I think that's why when you write your project ideas, then you should put what is needed, and then you put a strategy for it. So if you think that you want to outreach to all the different regions, then you should put the strategy for it. And that we can support with. If it's a regional strategy, if it's regional meetings, you can, as committee members, move to, like different regional, for example, conferences and mobilize people in there. You can do a media campaign on the issue. So once you have the idea, you put on the project, then you put what's the outcome and how can I reach to this goal, and then you put the strategy for it. Then we can see together how we can support that. But first we need the project idea. What's the project idea, and how can this project have a regional impact, So I think your idea is great. If you can start writing a draft of what's the idea and how you think in a period of 6 to 8 months can be moving forward, even if you think the impact will be made maybe next year, but it's like the first phase to maybe establish the networks in the different regions. Also, that's also fine, So just put up, long-term goal, a short-term goal, and then how you go about the strategy. Okay? I can't hear you. Unmute your mic.
Okay.
He muted his mic. Okay.
I muted it for him.
Oh.
Unmute your mic.
Yes, now it's unmuted.
Yes, I've done that. So maybe that will, I think, at our own community level, if we'll try to see how we can make sure that all of us meet. So with respect of different challenges, I know most of our community members are having different challenges. So I'm suggesting if we can see, maybe if we can, apart from meeting on the internet, if we can see how we can connect ourselves on WhatsApp or Facebook, also have at least a meeting point, not necessarily seeing each other. If we can do that, I think that would be good. And what do you think?
Okay, Oluchi, you already have a Facebook group as a committee.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see the email about the Facebook group?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so join the Facebook group, and that could be your meeting point. And also, if your committee decides to do a WhatsApp group, that's also fine if all of you have smartphones. And then one other thing is that we were discussing in the beginning the commitment of the committee members, and this is maybe one of the challenges of this committee in particular. And I know that you made some efforts to, start meetings or join some other meetings, but actually maybe this is like the first meeting that you are here and discussing. And I think you have great ideas, because that's why you have been selected. Like, we've been impressed by your profile, and you see, when you discuss things, you bring up very valid point and important things, but we need your presence. So it's not only about one meeting and then you disappear. It's about consistency, and it's also not Anna's role only to write things or to remind emails or to do things. You need to help her. You are co-workers. You need to help her, support her in the meetings. You need to chair some meetings instead of her. You need to encourage the facilitators to meet their deadlines, do the hangouts, etc. And also you need to write things. Like, you have a great project already. Why don't you start writing up the project, putting it on a document, sending to the committee, they add to it, and this is how the idea grows, So don't wait for anyone to take the initiative. It's you are a leader. You are a co-chair, so you're leading this committee. You need to take the initiative yourself and start things to move on, because I think this committee for the past 3 months has been like stuck, and I understand that it's somehow paralyzed because commitment of other members. But who are the members of this committee? It's actually you and 3 other people. One of these people is gone already and he resigned, but you are 4 people. So if you show your commitment, other members will start moving. And if you bring up new ideas, other members will have some input. But if they see the committee is dead already, and the committee is only about meetings and meetings and meetings, they may not respond. But if you start, mobilizing something, bringing up ideas, going forward, they may start also interacting, even if they are inactive now. So I rely on you that in the future, this is not only one meeting that you show up to, but I want to read more interaction from you and to see more initiatives taken by you, okay?
I quite agree with all the comments just made, but if you understand that my country is passing through very serious challenges, and I'm somehow deeply involved in the electoral process. So meetings and meetings and meetings and meetings. As I'm speaking to you, tomorrow is election, and I'm also, so I had to just. I know it's been a long while I've attended meetings, but I do follow the proceedings online. So I'm believing God that this committee will move forward, and that the special grace of God will not disappoint. And are you
You
happy
are
now?
from Nigeria, right?
Yes, I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm following the elections.
Wow.
I just want to tell you that we, because we are living in Africa, so every single country in Africa has serious problems going through, and we all the time have things going through, like elections in Nigeria. In Kenya, there was just a massacre like a week ago. In Tunisia, there was another massacre like 3 weeks ago. So all of us, we are going through hard times, and we are somehow, we can't expect what happens tomorrow or what happens today. But we cannot stop our work, because our work is about solving all these issues. If we will just, stop because there is this and that happening in my country, then seriously, especially living in Tunisia and all of these things happening, I can just sit down and just watch what's happening. But because we are here to solve all these issues on the long term, so we need to provide some time of commitment. And I understand that meetings and meetings and meetings is a lot, but there is only one single meeting per month for your committee. So if you just do that meeting and then apply the action points that you agreed as a committee, then that's already an achievement. We're not asking more than that. Just one meeting per month, discussing stuff and implementing those to the next meeting, not just talking, but putting action points and doing that. That's all I'm asking, and I have total trust that you and Anna can move this committee forward. And from my side and from IYM side, we will get new committed members to the committee.
Wow. Okay. No problem. Thank you. Then also concerning the hello, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. I tried to access the AYM Google page, the Google Plus page. So I've not been able to access it, so I can create the post. The last time I tried, I was not able. So please, if you can resend me the access, how I can access the page.
Okay. Okay. So Oluchi, do you know how to create a Google Hangout?
Yes, I do. I've hosted a meeting.
Okay, I will send you again the invitation to be the manager. You're already manager of the page. You can create Google Hangouts, but I will see again and send you another invitation. Okay?
Yes. So if I want to log in, how do I access the page by myself?
You just go to the IYM Plus page. I will send you the link. You just go to that page, and then there is a bar in the black will tell you, do you want to use this page as IYM? And then you say okay, because you have your own Google Plus. This is how you switch from the pages. Then once you are IYM on that page, then you can create your own like a Google Hangout.
Hey, sorry, my network went down.
Okay,
great. I will send you the link, and if you face any challenges, talk to Anna because she knows how to do that as well.
Sorry, my network had gone down.
It's okay, Anne.
Did the broadcast continue broadcasting?
Yeah, it's live.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what's the conclusion?
So Anne, Oluchi was just saying that he tried to use the Hangout. He knows how to use the Hangout, but he tried, but he didn't know how, like the page, how he can access the page. So if you can just send him a link of like AYM plus page, so then he can like try to create a Hangout.
All right. Actually think I did send him, but yeah, with Oluchi, it's easy to communicate because he's always online and I can easily reach him.
Okay, great. And if you want to create, as he said, a WhatsApp group as a committee, you can also do that if he's always on the internet.
Oh yeah, I tried to WhatsApp him on his number, the one he calls me with, but he doesn't have a WhatsApp or something. Oluchi, do you have a WhatsApp?
And mute your mic, Oluchi.
No, I've not joined the WhatsApp. I think I should join because that's become necessary. So before the week runs out, I should join.
Okay, great.
Okay, I will join because before I don't like WhatsApp, but I think it's becoming very important. I should join. So I will join. And I'll send you the link.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay. So please, what was the discussion between people had based on the mail you sent?
Sorry.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you, Oluchi. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm asking that I know I've missed some part of this meeting. Can I be briefed on what was discussed? So that we'll move forward.
This session is broadcasted live, so you can watch the video from the beginning, okay?
Okay.
But if you have any questions now or you need any clarification on anything, this is the moment if you want to ask.
I don't have any clarification.
Okay.
I'm always up to date with AYM. But just that some few for the past week I've been very engaged. So I think my commitment and passion for AYM will increase.
I understand, and we'll come back. Okay, any other issues, Anne?
Have any other issues? I do not have any other issues.
Okay, so we are good to move forward now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Kindly, by when do you think we can get the other facilitators?
So I'm gonna send you by this weekend the call for facilitators, so you can start sharing with people you think they could be committed and potential, and then we're gonna share it on the Facebook. Maybe we will give like 5 to 6 days to apply for people, and then close the application. Then I will send you the list of the applicants, and you and Oluchi, you can start pre-screening and like selecting the finalists. And then, as I said, you can ask them to do one Google Hangout, and you can interview them if you want, like the top 3 or 4 in each facilitators, and then you select. So it's now like up to you to select who you think is best. It's not like when we selected you first. Now it's your committee, and who you think best, you can select, just like the other committees. And mute your mic.
Okay, yes. So what will happen when, because what we don't have is the French and the Arabic facilitators. I think it's really tough for us to find those, especially for me, from an all English speaking. I don't think, do you have French speaking in Nigeria, Oluchi?
No, I don't mean to share it with people in Kenya and Nigeria. I mean to share it in your networks. I know you have regional networks that they will have, for sure, at least French, people from West Africa. Sure. So it's more of sharing in mailing lists with your networks, but not like with people, in Kenya.
Oh, okay.
And of course we will share it on the Facebook, and we will have many applicants who are interested. So I will send you maybe a list of like 30-40 people in each facilitation, and then you can like short it down to the top 5 or top 4 in each facilitator. And then, as I said, you can ask them to do a Google Hangout, and you can interview them. So make sure like really you select the best of the best, so you don't go back and say, okay, I want another facilitator. So you can interview them to check on their, like communication skills. You can ask them to do Google Hangout, so you make sure they know how to use it, etc., etc. So that makes after your meeting very easy, because they already prepared.
Okay.
So in the interview, it's not like you like them very much and you think they're best, but the interview is more of like, okay, this is what you should expect working in this committee, like making sure all the expectations. So once they start, they know already, and they don't like tell you, okay, I didn't know I'm gonna do this or that, I don't understand my role, my task, and things like that. So your interview is more of a chat with them. That, okay, this is what LIN is doing, this is what our committee is doing, and this is what we expect from you. Are you ready to take this on? And then you decide.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. So we set up the application this weekend, and I think by the next weekend you will have a list of facilitators to choose from.
Okay.
And meanwhile, please contact the English facilitator to start the Hangout, and explain to him that how it works and everything. And by next week, he should like start his Hangout for this month.
The English facilitator is Oluchi.
Oh, I thought Oluchi is the deputy chair.
No, the deputy chair is Saiba.
Is who?
Saiba, from the Gambia.
Saiba. Okay, yeah. Saiba, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and why Saiba is not here?
He's the one who wedded recently, so he had some personal issues to take care of, or something like that. He said it something like that.
Okay. So Oluchi, I thought you are the deputy chair. Okay. Oluchi, you need to organize one Google Hangout, and that Google Hangout should be either with a speaker, like you choose a topic first. You choose your topic, and then you choose either speaker or maybe 3 or 4 like as a panel, or you can choose to make like 5 or 6 young people and in a casual discussion, So you choose the format of your Hangout. What do you want to do? Do you want one speaker, question and answer? Do you want like a panel of 3 or 4? Or do you want a group discussion of young people? Once you choose that, you start contacting people and see who is responsive.
Okay.
And of course, you choose the time. Okay, you don't ask people to choose the time. You set up the time that you are available at that time, and that you can sit down and do the Hangout. You ask people if they can join at that time this topic, and they contribute this way. Once you have your people confirmed, you make a paper and send it to Anne, saying and to the whole committee, saying, okay, this is my topic, this is my speakers, and this is like the questions and the follow-up questions, and this is the link to my Hangout. Okay, so once you send this, we as OIM, I will send this to the media team, and the media team will start promoting your event so that many people will join online, will watch you. Okay.
I'll work on that. Yes.
So,
But hello.
Yes.
One of my challenges have been I've tried to see how I can get some speakers from various groups, especially I've tried ADB, I've tried AU, I've tried ECOWAS, but none of them is responding. So I'm suggesting, and I'm thinking maybe I should maybe probably be joining my speakers from my country, which I know I think I have 60% of them joining. But at the same time, the issue of internet is very, 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 very very, very critical in our movement. So I think I'm trying to limit my selection of speakers from my country, whom I think I can easily walk into their office, tell them about AYM. So that has been that have been my problem, getting speakers that will actually join us on our
Okay.
on our
Okay, what you can solve this, there are two solutions for this. The first one should be your committee. Your committee should support you in finding networks. So once you have the topic ready and you have the questions, like you need a topic and a small description of what it is about and who you need. Like, for example, I need an expert in this. I need a farmer to speak. I need, like you identify which type of speaker you need. Once you have this paper of your Hangout ready, you circulate it in your committee and people can suggest speakers with their contacts to you. Then you contact these people. So you can rely on your own network, but also your committee can support you in finding, panelists, speakers, and people engaged on the topic. And also, I will, when you will send this email to the mailing list of your committee, I will receive the email and we will share it on Facebook. So we can share it. Who would think is an expert in this and that and can identify with your topic, and we give your contact details and they will contact you directly. Okay, so you have to move on the two directions: people coming to you interested to speak, and you going outreaching people to speak. But we cannot do that if you don't prepare what's the Hangout exactly. So all we need is one paper saying the topic, the description, who I'm expecting to contribute to this topic, what are the questions and the follow-up questions. So it's very simple, one page, and then we can circulate the Hangout. So one more thing is that you need to have this preparation at least 10 days before the actual date of the Hangout. So you cannot be looking for a speaker 3 days before the Hangout. It's 10 days before the Hangout. When you set up the date of the Hangout, you have to prepare that 10 days before. Okay, and if you have if you need any other support, please communicate to Anne and Saiba. They should be able to help you. Okay? Okay, great. Anne.
Yeah.
Yeah, any other issues?
No, I do not.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you for attending the meeting.
Thank you. Bye. Talk soon. Yes?
Bye.
Yeah, Oluchi, go ahead.
I'm wishing all of us a very peaceful country, a peaceful continent.
Yes, inshallah.
Oh, okay. I will not punish people. Oh, of course, I'll punish Saiba and Suleiman for not attending.
Yeah, especially Saiba. Saiba should be here.
Yeah, actually, I moved the meeting from Saturday to Friday because Saiba said can only be available on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you been able to read Matthew?
No, I have tried emailing her. I have tried everything I can, but I can't reach her at all.
Because the last time I chatted with her, she said she's not fluent in English. That she's not that good in English. So I volunteered to be teaching her English, at least to be teaching her English. But she has not. Each time I meet her on Facebook, she doesn't respond. But I think I'll do a follow up on her and see how we can get her back to AYM.
I've tried similar, like she didn't know how to set up, she doesn't know how to use Google Hangout. I gave her opportunities to contact me. I even set out a Hangout, but she never shows up.
I was supposed to be in our country 3 weeks ago, but I've not been opportunity. Maybe one of these days I will go to our country. It's easier for me to enter our country. So I think I will meet her face to face and see how we can talk to her. And at least help her with her.
I hope she will watch the meeting now from the beginning till the end, and she will be able to join in the future.
Okay.
Wow, I just need to leave now. I've been called to come somewhere.
We will all leave now.
Okay, thank you.
Talk soon. Bye bye.
Bye. Annie, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.